Okay, y'all, hello, I'm back. I told you that two papers were handed to me out the window when I met him in Syracuse after we made a verbal agreement, or well, a written agreement, that he was going to give me temporary custody of the kids and a car, all right? That was the agreement, and we were going to start counseling in order to work things out. That was the agreement we had made. That's what he agreed on, and he showed up and he handed me papers out of the car, laughed at me, and pulled off. Now I'm going to tell you what the custody order at this time had said. Now, I had just left. We had met up. He tricked me, telling me, under false pretenses we met up, and he didn't follow through on what the agreement was. I guess that's a reoccurring theme. So now, this says, this is a notice filing, okay? Notice of court action. Now, this is a verified motion seeking emergency ex parte pedient light relief filed by Shalish Tana, is hereby granted, done the 11th day of March by Judge Sibley Reynolds, Circuit Judge, in the marriage of Shalish J. Tana and Shireen Tana, defendant. Now, this has got case numbers, and it has a starting point, and it has no numbers to it. Okay, so I guess this wasn't really adjudicated. This was just filed for. I'm not sure exactly what that is or how that works. Like I said, I don't know a lot about court, but I know that what's going on with me is dead wrong. So now it says, come now, Shalish Tana, the plaintiff, in the above style case, and by and through undersigned counsel, request that his honorable court enter an order granting unto the plaintiff pedient light custody of the defendant's passport. Okay? Pedient light custody of the defendant's passport until further order of the court. As support, therefore, the plaintiff states as follows. This matter was filed on March 7th of 2016. The defendant, Shireen Tana, has not been served, as she is refusing to inform the plaintiff of her whereabouts. Lies. He met with me. He knew not exactly where I was at, but he was able to contact me. That there are 3 minor children as issue of the parties, Sainath, Malia, and Shivani. That on or about March 1st, 2016, the plaintiff discovered paraphernalia in an incubator system to grow marijuana in his 18-year-old stepson's bedroom. Now remember, the police were at my house, the supposed house that the marijuana was growing in, on March 1st and March 2nd. And was called subsequently before then, but they didn't want to do anything for me because they were holding these charges for Shalish Tana and helping him secure his citizenship through VAWA fraud by making me seem like I am the one who is the aggressor against him, when it was the other way around. Anytime we called the police, I was the aggressor. I was the one beating on him. There was fake charges. Like I told you, one day he wasn't even home. So on March 1st, they're saying that, and that's why the 2 police officers came and escorted him to get the keys, is they're saying that he discovered marijuana growing. I became defensive, and he was afraid for his life at that time. But it was me that was afraid for my life and had been abused, and my child had been abused, and I was trying to get help on March 1st and 2nd. The plaintiff has a short video believed to be marijuana cultivation and system in his bedroom. Like I told y'all before, we were growing marigolds. But in this, they knew that I was trying to press charges. Now, I have been trying to press charges since the first video, the very first Nevada cop block video where I'm arrested for disorderly conduct. I have been trying to pursue charges on marriage fraud from then on, and wasn't able to get anywhere. Everybody kept giving me the runaround, like I keep getting the runaround now. They're telling me this person, I have to report it to that person, and this person tells me I have to report it to that person, and it still has not been addressed. So, the defendant has been convicted of domestic violence. We went over that in the last other video too. But as I was saying, they knew I was trying to press charges against the marriage fraud and prove that this was not a bona fide marriage, and seek relief from the marriage fraud, and seek relief from abuse. So therefore, they held my passport so that I could not seek um, res- respite in India from these charges. Now, once again, we were married in India under the Hindu Marriage Act, which is upheld within special international law, it's called. So, I was told that I need a special international law lawyer in order to do anything with this. It's been very hard to get a pro bono one. There's a lot of twists and turns in my case. But my passports were held. So I was barred from being able to go to India and file charges. And here in the United States, they're telling me I can't file charges on an Indian document. That has to be done in India. And because they knew I was trying to file charges, this court system knew I was trying to file charges against him for marriage fraud. They knew that I was letting people know that he had another wife in India and wanted to file charges against that. They made sure that they held my passports so I could not get any relief from India. I don't think that's fair. I can understand them doing so if he was also, well, he was an American citizen then. I didn't know this, that he got a citizenship through the vow fraud. But if the marriage did not happen in India, underneath Indian law, and they held my passport, that would make a lot more sense. But they put it out as I was going to abscond to India with the children and never bring them back. America's my home. I'm an American citizen. Yes, I do have ties to India. Yes, I am a Hindu, but I'm also an American citizen, born American citizen. But they held my passport so that I couldn't get the help that I needed from India in order to press charges against Shailesh Tanna for not only abuse, would they refuse to press charges against, but also the marriage fraud. And I'm still having problems getting that taken care of. But my main concern right now is that my children are missing, and the only information that I have on my children is from Angela Collins, and that states that they're being sexually abused. I have that on my Instagram. I can't add pictures here. It's on my phone. So if you guys want me to send that to you, that message to you, I will. It's disgusting. I hate reading it over and over again. I put it on my Instagram account. It's there. So if you want to see that for yourself, you can. Please, everybody, the things that are happening to me from the system in Alabama, we're talking about just Alabama right now, is definitely against my civil rights. It's against every right there is. I should have been allowed to have a fair court. There should have been a fair trial. There should not have been criminal drug charges in my divorce proceeding, for my first divorce proceeding hearings. A bunch of stuff. The boys haven't been able to share their story. We cannot press charges against him, against anything. Nobody will take them. We've tried to file over and over again, and nothing happens. So I just wanted to let you guys know the rest of the story about that and show you guys the proof. And while I have you here, and the video is not that long, I am going to show you guys the paperwork where we were found in New York, and New York courts got involved. Child Protective Services then got involved out of New York, and he was indicated in child abuse twice from New York State. I was deemed as the parent who was not indicated in this proceeding, that it was indicated child abuse or neglect has happened, but it wasn't me. It was Shailesh Tanna. The children told their stories. They were listened to. And also the law guardian, I can't find it right now, but I do have paperwork proving that I'm not an unfit parent. Hold on. He was deemed to be the abuser. Aha, found it. Alright, here we go. This is Department of Social Services. This here is the first one, okay? Wait. May. All right, this is the first one. So he found us. He gave me the divorce papers, and this is the first time I saw the divorce papers. And inside the divorce papers, when I got all the paperwork, every single paperwork in court from New York, it had a summons to court inside of it. But what I got never had a summons. So I wanted to show you guys what I got, which was the filing report that never had a summons. I called Tammy every week. She lied to me every week, telling me there was nothing on docket. But anyway, for you guys that are saying that I had to have done something in order for my children to be removed, that's a lie. I did not do anything. I did not threaten my children. I was not a danger to my children. Okay, so now this is a letter from Child Protective Services of New York, and it says, Dear Miss Tana, this is to inform you that you are an other person named in a report of suspected child abuse or maltreatment received by New York State Child Abuse and Maltreatment Register on 5/18. This means that you have been named in the report but not been alleged to be responsible for causing injury, abuse, or maltreatment to the children. The report has been transmitted to Steuben County Child Protective Services for commencement of an investigation and evaluation of the report as required by New York State law. The law allows Child Protective Services 60 days from the report to complete a full investigation. If the report is to be unfounded, meaning there is no credible evidence or belief or something, your local agency, call them if indicated, some credible abuse of children remain in the Central Registry of Local Services. This report is confidential and can only be released by, whatever. Okay, so now there's that. So I was indicated but not deemed as an abuser in the case. Now, on 5/18, you were notified that the subject or persons in the report of subject whatever. We must now inform you that this report has been indicated. Okay? This means that some credible evidence has been found to support the determination that the children named in the report have been maltreated or abused. However, you have been found not to be responsible for causing injury, abuse, or maltreatment in the children or allowing such injury or abuse or maltreatment to happen. In addition, this letter, the undersigned caseworker, I am willing to discuss more in depth the reasons for this determination and your feelings concerning this matter. So now, in this report, Shalish was indicated in child abuse. However, I have been found not responsible for that abuse. Okay? Now, when that happened, New York State Child Protective Services called Alabama police. My workers at the shelter called Alabama police. The Steuben County Police Department called Alabama police. They cussed out the Steuben sheriff. He remembers it. I talked to him recently. They cussed out the Steuben sheriff, and he said if they cussed me out like this, they definitely ain't going to do nothing for you. They refused to work with Steuben County in securing charges of abuse against Shalish Tana at this time. And this was July 29th of 2016 when the Alabama Police Department refused to charge Shalish with abuse and neglect. And they did so disgustingly. And we were constantly calling them. They talked to my shelter worker. They talked to the Millbrook Police. The Millbrook Police Department talked to the Steuben County Police Department. The Steuben County Police Department was going to work with them and work with me and, get everything set. They had it all set up for him to be arrested, and they refused. They're still refusing. And I'm still being refused to file any charges against the marriage fraud or anything else that has happened to me. But charges can be brought against me, and they stick, that are lies. So I'm just asking you guys, please, help me out here. I don't really know what to do or where to turn to next, but I was seeing the trailers for the movie Just Mercy and realized that this is Alabama, and this is what happens. Help me secure my freedom, help me find my children, help me put my family back in some type of order. This has been a long time. It's been a lot of years, and I may seem tired. I'm tired, and I may seem crazy and upset, but look at what I'm going through, and it seems like no one can help me. So I'm asking you guys, please, Please share my story. I never did anything wrong. There was I told about on the other videos about the fact that I did call him and placate like I was going to hurt myself to try to get him to stop this, because I have been hunted by these people with lies, and I thought that maybe if he thought I was going to hurt myself or hurt the kids, he would stop. It was a party. There was mad people there. They were all investigated. I don't have that paperwork with me. They were all investigated. Everybody at the party was interviewed, investigated, and that was deemed false in November. But by February, he was able to talk to Pittsfield Police Department or whatever he did, and I once again was being held criminal and could not prove myself out of these charges. So you guys, this is definitely set up. I've been set up, and I need help.